All right. Welcome to 2MW Fury. I am filling in for Sean. He's a Seahawks fan. I don't know if he flew over to Seattle to give the team a pep talk or he's, doing other things. But I'm here and I'm going to keep the show moving. We have Maurice. Um, he head is down. I don't know if it's because he's a sad Falcons fan or he's just reviewing his notes. But we
Ooh,
also
both.
have
Oh man,
Michael. Michael, who's also, or he should be, just as depressed as Maurice. He's a
oh, we did it on purpose. Heinous for Jameis. Nope. Just for Jameis.
yeah, yeah, sure. Bucks fan through and through. We also have Tim. I'm not really sure what team he supports. It's not clear to me. I feel like I see a star in the back, but that could be anything. But we have Tim here, and we're just gonna get started. So you guys have a good show, and don't kill each other, please.
Gentlemen, welcome, gentlemen. You know,
Yes.
we finally here. We finally reached the Super Bowl. It was a lot of stories during the playoffs. We ready to discuss about what happened with the Dallas Cowboys, so there's no need to discuss it at all. You know, um,
Let it go. Let it
and
go.
then,
Let it
and
go.
then, and then once after the Cowboy game, we had the Green Bay Seattle. We saw the Seattle beat the Green Bay Packers under 4 minutes. And we witnessed the New England Patriots, for some reason the balls got very soft against the Colts, So now our review of the Super Bowl is here, So we're gonna get it started.
Say,
Slanderous.
let me catch that again. Let me catch that again because I missed that while I was crying over this credit.
Do it. Scroll it up like Star Wars.
Right? So, children do not cheat. Cheating is never fun. Only if you get caught. Anyhow, Seattle Seahawks versus New England Patriots, fellas. We're gonna do a preview in the first quarter. How do you guys look at this game?
I love this game. The more I think about it, the more it can go either way because New England does what they have to when they got to do it. And honestly, the best thing, though, outside of all of that, it's Gronk versus Cam Chancellor. You're talking about two people that, they started off, the season started off, it was a little weird, but as they got their legs, they got to the height of their powers. And right now, as far as I know, Gronk he's not going into this game with injuries. And Cam Chancellor's not going into this game with injuries. So you have one of the best safeties in the league and one of the best tight ends in the league going at it. Then you got upcoming superstars on the New England defense going against an upcoming superstar in Russell Wilson. So if you like X's and O's and matchups, this game is going to be crazy for that. And the funny thing is, even if it's a blowout, it's still going to be a chess match. That's what I still love about this game. Because no matter how it turns up, there's still going to be a lot of meat for like a diehard fan.
See, I like the matchups that you brought up, but you missed out on one key matchup. Marshawn Lynch versus LeGarrette Blount, man. See, because running back, guy who doesn't want to say anything versus guy who quits on his team. That should be. I wonder why the NFL isn't portraying that storyline. Because LeGarrette Blount definitely say, you know what? I don't feel like I'm getting played enough. I left the stadium in Pittsburgh and then walked right to New England and walked right into the Super Bowl. I'm like, so quitters do win, kids. Quitters do win. So I would like to see. I would like to see how what the Patriots do because the Patriots they're one of the smartest teams in the league. They alter their game plan so much and their identity so much. 1 week they're a pass-heavy team, 1 week they're a run-heavy team, depending on who's they're playing. I would like to see what their plan of attack would be versus the Seattle defense, it's really, I don't really understand like what's really this, because they're really good versus the run, they're really good versus the pass. What is Belichick gonna do? What is Brady gonna do? I also want to see, even though it's just a non-story, but it's going to be a story. I would like to see how this Deflategate stuff affects them, because while they're standing up stupid questions about PSI and ball pressure, that's every second they're doing that, they're not preparing for the Seahawks. They're not preparing for the defending champions and poised to be two-time defending champions. So that may make it play. I mean, not to say that it was a factor, the reason why they lost, but the last Super Bowl, like the first against the Giants, but the night before Super Bowl, Belichick was apparently like being interrogated pretty much by the NFL about the Spygate allegations for 5 hours before the Super Bowl game. Not saying that had anything to do with the outcome of the game, but I'm just saying that's kind of stuff sits in the back of your head. It sits in the back of your head. Like you're not human if it doesn't sit in the back of your head. So I just want to see how that affects everybody. I'm looking at the negative storylines. I want to see the storylines that the NFL are trying to bury that I just keep undigging. I'm like, no, we're gonna talk about Marshawn Lynch touching himself uncontrollably. We're gonna talk about LeGarrette Blount quitting on his team. Yeah, we're gonna talk about who Gronk may or may not throw out the club. That's the storylines that I want to see.
Well, the game just got more interesting because Nas reported that Tom Brady has been feeling ill. He may have flu-like symptoms and his stomach hurts.
Man.
So, this is the stuff right here that I think will help Tom Brady out. We call Mucinex. He'll take this before the game start, relax himself. And then maybe he got the BGs, some Tums. So,
You're getting them endorsements.
I'm sorry, but the game got more interesting. But when I look at the interviews between the Patriots and Seattle Seahawks, I see that the Patriots are more focused. The Seattle Seahawks are too much into being into the camera with the Marshawn Lynch one-sentence joke. You got the Richard Sherman, he's talking too much. These guys are not looking like the Seattle Seahawks from last year when they were ready to go. They're looking a little bit more the nice camera action. The Patriots got embarrassed now. Let's go down to memory lane now. When Belichick got accused for Spygate, did we not see the Patriots go the whole year? Blowing out everybody, running up the score. They didn't care. Mm-hmm. This is not the time to just leave these guys off to the side like, we here. You better take care of business because they will blow you out. And last year, the Seattle Seahawks blew out the Denver Broncos. It was a shock to everybody.
It wasn't a shock to me. It wasn't a shock.
Listen, the Patriots are coming for blood. All the embarrassment they took this week with the Deflategate. They were going with the path of the Spygate and disrespecting Bill Belichick. If I'm Seattle Seahawks, I would care less about the comedy act in front of the cameras and worry about this game. Because, Maurice, like you said, Seattle got beast mode, which is all they have on offense. But the Patriots got their own beast mode. They got receivers. They got a tight end, Gronk. And on top of that, they got a guy who knows who knows Callahan. He knows him in Bill Belichick. Seattle Seahawks better just maybe take a page out of Aaron Rodgers' book and relax a little bit and practice for this game.
You know what? I got to go back, though. I just thought of a matchup that's really crucial because we've all noticed this against Seattle. Yeah, we say they're good against the run. They're good against the pass. They're not good against tight ends.
They're not. They're not.
At all. Like, it's either J.J. Wright or Bruce Irvin, right? Is it Bruce Irvin? I think Bruce Irvin's a strong side linebacker.
Yeah, that's correct.
Whenever he's one-on-one on a tight end,
he can't defend.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. This is the wrong tight end to have to learn how to defend tight ends against. Like that's
Right.
why Gronk is huge in this game. And you know, see what the Patriots do that's sneaky. See what the Denver Broncos did. They just lined up and they let you bump and run them. They let you disrupt their routes. New England was like, we like short routes, but we don't like you stopping it. So they're gonna start off in a slot and a wideout, but then they're gonna have Julian Edelman motion into a stack formation and then hike the ball right when he gets into the stack. So now, instead of seeing him in the stack and knowing who's who, you have to make that decision in 1 second, and then you can't bump and run Julian Edelman. Yeah. So it's gonna, like, I'll say this: Seattle is the good enough defense for all that trickery not to work, and if they pull it off, man, top 5 defenses in history. Because this offense, I would dare, almost as challenging as their 18-1 offense. See, their 18-1 offense, half of that was the schedule, half of that was it wasn't as deceptive. It was straight up, look, Randy Moss is pulling the top off of y'all, and Welker he'll eat on the inside. It wasn't as timing oriented because when the Giants got into them, all of a sudden Randy Moss ain't catching passes. So it was more direct than it is now. This offense is harder to stop. So and also, yeah, I'm going to say, I want Tom Brady to win because I turned 30 and I'm a grown man now. Hating teams just to hate them doesn't make sense to me anymore. Let Tom get number 4, and hey, pop the champagne.
No, because see, you may have turned 30. I just turned 29, so at that threshold doesn't
right there, bro.
that doesn't count for me yet. So it's still, I don't like Boston. No, I can't have them winning anything. I don't even want them winning second place. I want them to somehow come in third place. Like, this is the national championship game in college where they get re-ranked and they end up third place somehow. Like that's what I wanted to happen. But all seriousness, all seriousness, I think that it's a really good matchup only because of Belichick and Brady. Gronk plays a huge factor, but Belichick and Brady are the ones that tip it over to make it more evenly, because take away Belichick and Brady, Seattle wins this in another blowout, and that's the NFL's nightmare. Watching this defensive-oriented team keep blowing out these offenses, so they got to come up with more rules to stop these guys, So, and then just for them to be right back there the next year anyway. So I think that's what it is. Like, it's just the fact that that's what I want to see the most. What does Belichick do? How does he prepare for this game? What is their plan? Because they pass heavy for the Ravens. They only ran 7 times against the Ravens. They run heavy against the Colts. LeGarrette rushed for 30 rushes by himself. So, I mean, like, I want to see what he's like. Do they do a mix of both? Or do they, they start off one way, see if that's not working, okay, we're going to bend it out, we're going to go to this, we're going to go to that. Because, like I said, on numerous times, when you get pressure on Tom Brady, he becomes the 6th-round draft pick that he really is. And Seattle is a team who can get pressure on him, and that secondary can capitalize on his mistakes if he makes them. So this game could, just like the Denver game, could get out of hand pretty quickly if they can get pressure on Tom Brady. Now, I don't feel that Patriots defense is much better than the Broncos defense was last year. So they will be able to contain Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson. It's up to Russell Wilson to make plays and the receivers to not drop balls like they were doing all over in the Green Bay game. So that's why I say it's such a sort of evenly matched. Like, I think the line in Vegas keeps going. I think the line hasn't been any higher than like 1 or 2 points. Yeah. So it's not. It's a pick'em game. You flip a coin.
All right, but see, now here's the thing. Last year, when the Seattle Seahawks became the champions, right? You had Percy Harvin, right?
Yes, you did.
On offense, you had Golden Tate on offense.
Yes, you
On
did.
defense, you had Red Bryant, you had Dwayne Clemens. Remember that Michael Bennett and Cliff Averill were not the starters. They were that depth. Their
Mhm.
defense was so strong because they had depth. That
Depth.
big D word, depth. And their other corner was Brandon Browner, their big
Mhm.
corner.
You
So
didn't play though.
he, he didn't play because he got suspended, but the energy was still there. I give you
Mm.
that.
Okay.
Now, now let's go with the New England Patriots. They had Akeem Talib in the playoffs. They upgraded with Darrell Vivas, took away Seattle's corner in Brandon Browner,
Yeah.
and they also got Gavin Blunt from the Steelers this year. So when I look at this team now, the Patriots to me got better from last year. The Seattle Seahawks, they lost Percy Harvin and Golden Tate. What the replacement with? Two third receivers, two fourth receivers. That I think if all three of us was to try out, we'll make the cut or make the practice squad. That's how bad the receivers are. You know, I'm not falling for the last minute heroic plays. That's all you need. You need to play 60-minute football. You can't always count on that 1 minute. Now, you go ahead and you look at Michael Bennett and Cliff Averill. Did we not see these guys was gassed during that Green Bay game for the first
Oh
few
yeah.
They were
Oh, yeah.
gassed. Where was that? What was the depth at? What was the flying to the quarterback that we saw last year? Answer is gone. It is gone. So when you're talking about now, if you're talking about the Seattle's defense, I think the Patriots defense is way better than what Seattle's defense has. Because let's keep it real. You got their defense could definitely contain Marshawn Lynch. Who does Brown and Rivers got to cover? Let's keep that real. Who are they worried about to cover? Who are they going to cover? Air. That's all they're going to cover is nothing but air. Their hardest game of covering receiver was the last game against the Colts with Reggie Wayne, Hakeem Nicks, and T.Y. Who do these guys have? And you're talking about containing Russell Wilson? Listen, I dare you come with this read option BS. You come to the Super Bowl with this read option BS, it's shut down. Now, let's go to the flip side. You got Seattle getting Tom Brady's offense.
You know what? The problem with the read option is they don't open up with it. You're right.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
But you're right on one thing. If Marshawn Lynch is like under 100, they're not even running the read option.
Listen,
That's the thing. They run the read option when beast mode gets busy and you have to crash in to tackle him.
Yeah.
Not only that, hold up, Mike. Not only that, Mike. You said something in your last statement that it triggered my mind. You said Gronkowski. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Are we forgetting about the other tight end and Tim Wright? Then every time he balls, every time he gets playing time.
Listen, man. Stop bringing up my Tampa Bay Buccaneers and leave my team get ring. Stop talking about my Bucks that leave and get ring.
Like that's my tight end, man.
All right.
That's my tight end, man.
We're gonna end the quarter there. When you start bringing dudes to tears, we gotta move on.
I'm sorry,
That's my
bro.
quarterback, man.
That is not fair. Stop it. Stop it. Second quarter.
You know you ain't have to even say that.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Mike.
you didn't have to say
Second
that.
quarter.
You didn't have to say that.
Second quarter. Stop it right there. No.
I'm sorry. He's nice though. He is nice. All right, second quarter.
That was nasty though.
Fellas, if we had to pick an MVP between if the Seattle Seahawks won and the Patriots won, who would the MVP? Let's start off with the Patriots.
I would say who else is going to be? It's going to be Tom Brady. It doesn't matter who does what, unless Gronk ends up with like 30 catches for 300 yards. It's going to be Tom Brady. He's been to the Super Bowl MVPs for a couple other Super Bowl runs when it's really those are vintage rings. We all know that. Let's just agree that those are vintage rings. Yeah, it's just Tom Brady because, like I said, it goes back to what I said. I just want to see how Tom Brady is the X factor. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is what's keeping this game from being a blowout already. So that's the only thing that's keeping it close. So, of course, if they win, the credit is going to fall heavily on Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got to go. They got to make those plays against one of the greatest defenses we've seen in a long time.
Okay, I gotta say this though, Mo. I'll be real honest with you. I don't think it's as much of a blowout without them as you think it is. Because here's one thing I noticed.
With Garoppolo?
Eddie Lacy got busy. Eddie Lacy got busy against Seattle in that game. Eddie Lacy had some holes. That probably explained why McCarthy went all soft serve and gave him the ball at the end. Granted, that made him lose.
That's what you're supposed to do.
There were holes for Lacy to run through, and I think it was on some counter trade type plays where instead of having one pulling guard, like the guard and the tackle pulled, and they down blocked and they cleared it out, and he had some holes. So LeGarrette Blount, he can get busy. Now that's not the question. It doesn't matter if LeGarrette Blount has 200 yards. It doesn't matter if Julian Edelman has 200 yards. It doesn't matter if Gronk has 200 yards. If all three of those players get that many yards, Tom Brady will be your MVP because this is what I call, I'm going to dub it, it is the Brett Favre factor, where regardless of performance, you just like the guy. And you just going to give him whatever you want to give him because you just like the guy. It doesn't matter about the narrative. It doesn't matter about what actually happened. It doesn't matter if Jamie Collins has 30 tackles and Nikovich has 8 sacks. Tom Brady's going to get that damn MVP.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get
because
that.
that's the story that people like to hear. It's
He's going to get that MVP.
All right, well, here's the thing. Tom Brady has never won an MVP in the Super Bowl. Am I correct, yeah? Never won it. It's been the kicker.
He has. Yeah, I don't think he has.
Right, so he has never won it, and I think
he didn't deserve it though. So.
And I think it will continue. It will continue for this one if they were to win. I'm going on the defensive side. I'm going to a guy named J.C. McCourty, the free safety.
Really?
Who I think will really be the one spying on Russell Wilson.
The guy who sponsors right guard?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. And listen,
with his twin brother.
Listen. I'm going. I was doing a little Bill Belichick myself. I was doing spying on some stuff, and I was looking. and says, who's a better guy on defense that you want to spy on Russell Wilson if you're not that scared of the receiving core? You got your guys who be guard these guys one-on-one in your corners, and Reeves and Brown against them other guys, whatever the names are. Who cares? You know, so you go with McCourty. McCourty is that free safety who could be the one going side to side to spy on Russell Wilson. That's just what to me, that's what I would want to do. I will give him the MVP because I can see some interceptions from McCourty, and I can see some good tackle saving first downs from McCourty. I would give it to him.
If Bill Belichick comes out his face and says, "Hey, look, I want to have my safety spy the quarterback," just forfeit the game, cause I'm going over the top every word, you're not jumping your safety back. I'm going over the top every. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Tim. It doesn't matter. These are not Pro Bowl receivers, but or Superstar Hall of Fame receivers, but these are NFL professional receivers.
Wait a minute.
I mean, we just saw Doug Bowen. We just saw Doug zero coverage. Yo, let's not do that. Let's not have zero coverage.
Listen, works for you.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Hey, Mike, can that work? Do you see that, Mike? Can you see that happening?
Okay, here's what I can see. I mean, if you want to run a one safety high, cool. But, okay, I would say the spy would be more the strong safety, the guy who doesn't have as much coverage skills.
Okay.
That's my thing because
the liability, all right.
I would see a one safety high and have the strong safety vary between a robber and spy. But my thing is, for the love of God and all things holy, zero coverage made Tim Tebow look good. No one should ever run zero coverage. It is dumb.
Listen,
It is
I tell you this.
No
I
one
tell you,
man should run zero coverage.
Listen. All I can say is this: the team who is equipped to run that, if they want to endeavor and make you look that bad and embarrass you, will beat the Patriots.
There's no team equipped to
I'm
run
just
that.
saying.
There's
I'm
no
just
team.
saying.
Yes,
I'm
but
just
if you
saying.
run zero
But I
coverage
feel
with
the
3
same,
receivers,
but
that
Mike,
nickel play can get roasted. All the reasons
first of all,
running you
now
got,
hold on, Mike.
who's
Now
your
hold on,
nickel?
Mike. First of all, who's their strong safety?
Who's
Is
Uh,
there,
the Patriots?
excuse me, hold on, pardon me, wrong question. Who's their third corner? Do we forget who their third corner is? The nickel?
who is that nickel?
I don't think their corner can get roasted.
Who's the nickel?
Alfonso Bernard, Michigan State.
Oh, really? I mean,
Hold on, wait a minute now. Listen, we're talking about the guy who was starting in place of Browner and did his thing until Browner came back. Listen, Alfonso Bernard could ball and could play nickel. He has shown that this year. So, listen, I feel what you're saying, Mike, with the other safety spot. You're not wrong with that. You're not wrong with that. That was a less liability, for sure. But all I'm saying is, we just pointed out who's that nickel corner. I can go man to man on these guys all day long. They can do with their shoes off with no cleats. These guys are not.
okay, well, see, now what you're really saying is it's not really about the spy. What you're saying is New England is going to dial up the blitz. That's what you're saying.
I can see that.
That's going to be a problem.
I'm cool with. Moving Jamie Collins around, switching around Nick a bit, mixing it up. That can and probably will happen.
I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you a hint on this game. Maybe I don't know too soon. We're not doing the picks yet with the scores, but this game may be like a Mike Tyson fight with 60 seconds. You're knocking you out. That's all I'm saying. Let's go on with the Seattle Seahawks MVP. Who do you guys like?
This is a lot harder. I think last time it was a linebacker that got it. My thing is, this team is so dependent on defense. Who, if they win, one of them's gonna get 2 interceptions. Whoever that guy is, it's not gonna be Sherman. I would say it's more likely to be Earl Thomas or KJ Wright hopping out the garbage can. So I think one of those. They're more, especially with the shorter passes that New England runs. Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright have a better chance of getting interceptions. So, I mean, I'm saying if Seattle wins, they're getting 2 picks. I don't see Seattle winning without getting turnovers.
Okay.
So, ever gets 1 or 2, he'll get the MVP.
I think I know who would be the MVP for Seattle, and I don't even think it's that close. I think like when I first heard this question, I thought I automatically knew who it was going to be. I think it's going to be Russell Wilson, and I think it's going to be Russell Wilson solely on his performance his last game performance. The four touchdowns, him overcome with emotion. He was like, hey, you know what? I'm not supposed to be here. I think that's what that emotion was really about. I'm not supposed to be here. The way I play and how important the quarterback position is, and the way I play, I played my worst game ever as a professional, and my team still carried me. I'm like that. Looked like the man. Like he didn't say it, but he kind of gave me. Like his face kind of gave me the Tim Tebow speech when he was in college, like when he lost to Ole Miss. Like, you know what? I ain't never losing again. We're gonna do better. I ain't never gonna be the reason y'all ever feel like y'all gonna lose again. I mean, like I feel like he's gonna come out. He's got his head in the books. He's gonna just ball out this game because he's just motivated. Because he doesn't want. I'm not saying that he's that great enough to do it. I'm just saying based off his last performance, he doesn't seem like a guy who has 2 strings together bad games. He's gonna learn from that. He's going to go so hard in the paint with preparation for this game that I think he's actually going to do much better than he did last Super Bowl.
Tim, let me take this from you real quick. Mo, you forget that Russell Wilson going hard in the paint is 17 for 22 for 250 yards.
He's
not going to be the MVP.
Hey,
That's
hey,
for us.
hey, but no, I'm not. No. Look, and that's a counterpoint. What was Eli Manning's stats in that first Super Bowl when they won 17-14? Eli Manning didn't light it up, but he made crucial plays at the end of the game, and that's how he made a lucky play. Actually, not even a crucial, a lucky play.
Wait, hold on.
MVP.
That Tyree.
Come on, Tim. Stop this.
Before we start fighting, I want to let the wall talk. I want to let the wall talk real quick. Jason Brown, your brother, he was like, he basically said 0 coverage against the Seahawks. Who can get deep, especially on Browner? That's ludicrous. He said, unless you have Sherman, Revis, and Patrick Peterson on the same team, you never run cover 0.
That's all I'm saying. Me and Jason, we probably brothers.
Don't do it, brother. Don't do it.
I'm
just saying. I mean, like, look. Please do not run cover. Do not run. Don't run cover 0. Don't run cover 0.
Guys, we got 2 more. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes to wrap it up. Wait, 2 minutes.
All right, here's my Seattle Seahawks. I'm gonna stay. First of all, my ears are bleeding for Maurice giving Eli Manning props. I thought I was.
I didn't give him props.
Man, hold on.
I stated a fact. I said an indisputable fact. Like I couldn't say an indisputable fact.
So now my defensive guy on the Seattle Seahawks now, okay. To me, they face 2 good tight ends this year. Pro Bowl tight ends. Olsen from the Carolina Panthers. And also Julius Thomas from the Denver Broncos. And the man who did pretty good on both of them was Cam Chancellor.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Cam Chancellor playing against Gronkowski, Tom Brady's go-to guy. And if he plays physical, this is a good physical matchup that I just want to see. That's the matchup I want to see. Who's physical? Who's more physical? Who wants to do what they need to do to score or pick it off? And
hashtag who's getting thrown out the club. We need to start that. We need to start that.
That would be my MVP for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I can see Cam doing it. Especially they got, like you say, they can run man coverage, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
They get pressure and Brady got to rush it. Cam he's not Earl, but he could get it into.
They're ball hawk.
Yeah, he ain't quite where Earl's at, but he could pick off the ball. In fact, didn't Cam have the pick that sealed the game against the Panthers?
Yeah. Cam to Cam. Cam to Cam.
Okay, guys, we got 60 seconds. Wrap it up.
All I'm saying, like this, like, you know what? To be, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled a Tampa Bay and just give the MVP to the whole defense. Like, hey, you know what? like the whole defense take it, because I mean, like
got it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Vince Jackson technically got it, but the whole defense got it because like everybody had a pick. That's like all 11 people had a pick. So I mean, like, it was wild.
Brooks got a pick. Lynch had a pick. Man,
everybody got a pick.
Everybody got a pick. Yeah, like where's Oprah when you need one? Everybody gets a pick.
You get a pick. You get a pick. You get a pick. You get a pick.
Oh man, that was such a funny game to watch. That was just a funny.
Third quarter.
All right, y'all. If the third quarter, if the Patriots lose the Super Bowl, does this hurt Tom Brady's legacy?
I think Tom Brady's calling somebody right now. Like, he must know his name.
I'm not deflating no footballs, Tom. We're not deflating no footballs on here.
Honestly, here's the funniest thing. It doesn't do anything to his legacy, and let me tell you why. Even if he wins this game, he's going to have 4 rings. And when it comes to it, they're going to say, Joe went in on 4 and got 4. So no matter what Tom Brady was going to do, he's always going to be second to Joe. Like, real talk, he's always going to be second to Joe. So just because he lost those 2 to the Giants. So since knowing how people's logic works, we can go into the whole analyzation that I prefer, but let's just call a spade a spade. Joe Montana is always going to be number 1 in people's eyes. So if he loses, he's still above Peyton. So he's still going to be 2.
Yeah, it's still
So
a
if he
hate.
loses, he's 2. If he wins, he's 2. It does absolutely nothing to his legacy.
You know what? Like in the coke to piggyback off you, this is the NFL's version of LeBron versus no Kobe versus Jordan, where
Yeah.
it it doesn't matter if Kobe won 6 rings. They'll say, oh well Jordan was 6-0, so blah blah blah. So yeah, it's just so it's never going to. He would I agree. He's never going to get #1 unless he wins 2 more Super Bowls. So he's not going to get #1 with the Super Bowl. He's not going to fall on 3 with the Super Bowl if he loses. Because he still got the 6 Super Bowls. Nobody's ever gotten 6 Super Bowls. So that's something to be heralded. Now, I want to say put a little asterisk on it because for his first Super Bowl, he didn't bring the team there. He got carried there. He got carried there. But yeah, he got carried to Super Bowl. So I mean, but still, 5 Super Bowls is great to lead a team to. But I don't think that his legacy is going to step up. I think he has more to lose than more to gain. Because if he loses, now, hey, you're the guy who lost 3 Super Bowls now. Now you're the guy who's like, hey, you used to get it done, and then now that Spygate stuff starts creeping back into the conversation. Oh, hey, ever since Spygate, you're 0-3 in Super Bowls now. Now, hey, look, you can't win without cheating. That's what's going to creep into his mind now, and that's what's going to be the narrative on his career. Fair or foul, that's going to be the talk. Like, hey, look, ever since we caught you cheating, you haven't won yet. Why haven't you won? So that's going to, in some people's minds, invalidate his first 3 Super Bowls, which may be fair or foul, but it's going to happen. They're going to invalidate his first 3 Super Bowls if he loses the Super Bowl because, hey, you can't win without Spygate.
Well, you know what, Mo, I agree with some of the things that you had just said because, having this conversation, just to start off, don't get riled up, y'all. It also gives respect to Eli Manning, respect to Victor and Dominic if you're listening. It gives respect to Eli Manning because we just mentioned that he lost 2 Super Bowls and he needs this one. Eli Manning interrupted those 2 Super Bowls. So let's just get out the way. Secondly, with all the stuff that Tom Brady's been through with the Spygate, he's never won an MVP of the Super Bowl. The matchups you played against, you can't pick your matchup without a doubt. But the Seattle Seahawks team is much bigger than him beating the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers with a bunch of nobody. So this game right here, you definitely want to win. And at the same time, this is probably the side where Tom Brady think about retirement. You want to come out winning, beating the best defensive team, the best defensive team they won last year. You want to beat them, especially with all the stuff you've been going through this whole week. Tom Brady needs it. If you lose this, is he a Hall of Famer? Of course he's a Hall of Famer, but it's a lot of question marks that come into play. You haven't won since Spygate. You lost to Eli Manning 2 times to Eli Manning's team 2 times in a row.
Good point.
That's an issue. That's going to be an issue. As much as we hate Eli Manning, guess what? He's your daddy until you win this one. And it's not really. I'm not saying he won't be a Hall of Famer again. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but it's just a lot of question marks.
Here's what I'll say. There's a difference between immediate legacy and I would say 10 years down the line. Immediately, yeah, the firestorm's going to hit. Why couldn't you do it after you got caught cheating? And you know what? I would say even 5 to 6 years, it'll really mess with him.
True.
But I genuinely believe that in 15, 20 years, history will be extremely kind to Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
To the point where he's always going to be number 2. And all that stuff, all that negative stuff is going to fade away, and we can start again. We can start getting on that Brett Favre, forget the narrative love train. So that's okay. Immediately, I'd say even 5 years after he retires, yeah. But 5 to 10, that stuff's gonna be forgotten, and then you're gonna remember, damn, this dude won 12 games for 15 years straight. So That's
Yeah,
what I meant by it don't really affect it.
I mean, no, yeah, like I agree. Like, I don't feel like winning doesn't do anything to him. Losing would do something to him, but winning wasn't because of those same Jordan Kobe guys. It's like, hey, look, well, Joe Montana got to this. He got to these much Super Bowls. And he won these much Super Bowls. Blah blah. It doesn't matter how much Super Bowls Brady got to. He lost some Super Bowls. So in people's eyes, his record is already tarnished beyond repair. You can't get to Joe Montana status. You can't be perfect in Super Bowls. So, which I mean, it's kind of unfair because I mean, at the end of the day, I'd rather win 5 Super Bowls and lose 5 Super Bowls rather than just win 4 Super Bowls and lose none. That means at least I've been to 10 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? It's like, can't know who can say that. But I mean, at the same time, I can see that. Hey, look, in the biggest game, the biggest time, the biggest moment, look, you were undefeated. Nobody was better than you. Nobody was going to best you on that day. I get that from that standpoint, but I feel like, and I hate to say this, but Tom Brady doesn't get his fair credit. But at the same time, it's just, you lose in those games, like what Tim said, like to Eli Manning twice. Like one of those times, at one point in time, they were under 500 that game. You had no business losing that Super Bowl to that team. That was the biggest. That stands right now as the biggest upset in NFL history. Like,
Yeah, it is.
That's bigger. That's bigger than the Jets beating the Colts.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
You went back to Broadway joke, bro?
Yeah. Only back to wagging the finger. Only back to wagging the finger. I mean, yeah, you got the biggest upset on your resume. You're on the wrong end of the biggest upset of your own of history. You can't be. I feel like you can't be the GOAT. You can't be the greatest of all time if you at a colossal failure. You got to understand. Patriots, that team was the worst 18-1 team ever because every other 18-1, this staggering stat for the day for you. Every 18-1 team won the Super Bowl except for the Patriots.
Wait, hey, hold on, Mo, can I add on something with that, Mo? And another thing to add on to it, every time we say the word Eli Manning, Mike's face just turns like he wants to just spit out or break something. But real quick, you see, another thing people gotta understand is that when the Patriots got caught for cheating, they got Randy Moss for a 4th-round pick from the Minnesota Vikings for
nothing.
For nothing. Really?
No,
really,
from the Raiders.
From the Raiders.
They got from the Raiders for a bucket of chicken.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Randy Moss. Okay. They went undefeated. They ran up the score on everybody. They were the villains of the NFL. They was making a statement.
College football team.
All right. Mm-hmm. They go to the Super Bowl now. They play the Giants in the last game of the season. The Giants play hard, almost beat them. They meet them in the Super Bowl. The Giants made a statement during the interviews for that week. Michael Strahan said it. We're going to beat you, Tom Brady. You're not going to have a chance. Now, they go in there. The defense had a chance to get an interception. They had a chance to sack Eli Manning. Eli Manning breaks the tackle. Throws a pass, an incredible pass.
A lame duck.
He got the most important thing was he stood up. He didn't take the sack. He stood up. He fought. He fought for it. He gave the pass for Tyree and threw the winning touchdown. Two seasons later, Eli Manning is asked on national TV, is he elite? Everybody, when he says yes, everybody laughed at Eli, including me, Mike, and Maurice. 2-minute warning. Even some of the current members of the 2-minute warning was laughing at Eli Manning. What does he do? You got an unproven guy in Victor Cruz. You got 13 injuries. He leads the team to the playoffs. During the Super Bowl run, all Tom Brady had to do was connect to a funky pass, 10-yarder, to Wes Walker.
Didn't do it.
When it
dropped it.
Went to the other side. Eli Manning had to connect a 30-yard pass.
Yeah.
and
That
aside.
pass was beautiful.
So my thing is this.
Yeah, that was his
So,
great. That was his pass, by the
okay,
way.
so my thing, not only has Eli Manning made Tom Brady look bad, he stepped up to the plate. In the last one, he said, listen, Brady, I'm giving you a shot. I'm giving you a chance. You want this Super Bowl? Take it. This is your chance. 10-yarder. Couldn't do it. Eli says, well, guess
And
what? You snooze, you
you know
lose.
what, Tim?
So
I'm a co-sign on that.
Brady needs this. If Brady does not get this, you're average.
See,
You're cheating for life.
yeah, no, see, no, because and you know why, and you know why they didn't win those games, because they were not down or tied at the time. They couldn't. It wasn't a field goal needed where the Vinatieri could come in on a
Right.
magical unicorn to save Tom Brady. So yeah, to be seeing how the field goal kick was out of the question, yeah, Tom Brady couldn't get the job done, and that is going to be that's going to be his narrative. The last two Super Bowls, hey, you were down by a possession. You got the ball at the end of the game. What are you going to do? You did nothing. You did just as well as I would have done, pretty much. You didn't do anything. You didn't get the job done. You didn't win the game.
The first Super Bowl, it was out of his hands. That NASCAR package busted his tail.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
I'm gonna just say, you know what? The O-line failed you.
That was damn near illegal.
However, that second Super Bowl, you know what, Giselle Bundchen? You are beautiful. You are sexy. And you're also dead wrong. No matter what you say about Wes Welker, that pass was behind him.
Yeah.
And no matter what you say, it was harder than it needed to be, though. Because the man is running, he's running a 5-yard out. Oh, no, he's running a drag. He was running a 5-yard drag route, open like a hoe. Like no one was next to him. Why you couldn't throw it on the numbers? Like, my thing is, here's the thing. When it's that open, why make it hard? And yeah, Welker gets paid to catch, and he deserves as much of the blame, but call a spade a spade. Brady missed him.
Yeah. No, see, and that's the type of stuff that I like to bring up, and everyone calls me a hater for when I haven't checked the numbers as of recently, for the rest of the season. Now the season's completed, but up until the 5th or 6th game of the season, the last time I checked this, Brady actually led the league in missed targets. Brady is wildly inaccurate at times. People don't want to believe me when they say, because they're because if I say Tom Brady, you think nostalgia, you think the tuck rule, you think him throwing an out pass and then him putting his hands on his head like this at the Super Bowl when he won. Yeah, I'm like, who cares? You don't think about, hey, look at this guy on every Sunday overthrowing at least 2 or 3 wide receivers. Wide receivers.
Actually, all you got to do is tell him to look at the Broncos game from last year. Honestly, the Broncos, I fell for the story. I wanted Peyton to get number 2. I'm just going to put it out there. But looking at that AFC Championship game, Brady missed Edelman 3 times, and he was open like a hoe. He was looking around doing his taxes, and the guy throws the ball, overthrows him by 10, 15 yards.
Well, I'm like,
yeah, he does do it. He does do it.
Please don't get me started on Peyton Manning. I want to stay on topic. I mean, you want to Peyton Manning. I mean, but yeah. Like I was saying, Brady he's notorious for overthrowing, and just people it's like what you say is the Brett Favre thing. They just overlook that because he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's made supermodel. He wears Uggs. So yeah. So I mean, hey, forget about it, right? I mean, forget the fact that he overthrows receivers or underthrows receivers, or when he's under pressure and he's getting sacked, he'll just wildly throw the ball up to not take the sack, and then end up getting an interception like that. I mean, forget all that. He's a cool guy, right? So I mean, yeah, it's just don't. Don't worry
Cool
about
guy,
that.
right?
He's a cool guy. So I mean, hey, that's the guy you want to chill with, you know. So hey, whatever. It's just like I said, going back to the first initial question. He needs he does. It's not that anything winning. He won't achieve anything by winning. He needs to win it though, because he'll lose far more if he loses this game than he wins it.
Listen, the man has been praised every year of his career. Praised every year of his career. You know, I'm one of the ones who just keeps saying that he had an easy career because for the division he plays in, you know, to me that division is like a preseason game. Six
Yeah.
games, sweep. All right.
Yeah, 6 game
After
sweep
the
every.
6 game, you sweep. Yeah, all the easy is easy. You're winning automatically. You understand? So when you go to your hardest season is in the playoffs. So those guys are always them guys are always healthy. Nothing to really worry about. You win the Super Bowl. It's time for him to lace it up and do what he needs to do to win. He needs to win big. He needs to win the MVP. You got to go out there and dominate this defense. Not only that, it will help more because the Seattle Seahawks dominated Peyton Manning. Now,
Oh
he's been
yeah.
compared to Peyton Manning for his career. If you could do what Peyton Manning didn't do, that it makes it it's another piece makes it look good on his resume. You know,
Okay,
you've
yeah,
been
I'll give you
compared to
that.
Joe Montana. Joe Montana has never lost a Super Bowl. So Tom Brady,
They
Tom
losing
Brady,
all the time.
yeah. Again, I hate to say it again, but Eli Manning ain't the best thing, you know, the best crop out there. But you know what? You lost to him not once but
I'll
twice.
give you what I'll give it to you.
You
When
go
it
lose to
comes
Russell
to
Wilson, a
being
second-year
clutch,
player, a third-year player.
okay, I'll say this: like, if you did compare to create a player of Eli Manning and Tom Brady would have him by like 20 points on everything,
Nah,
but the last column called
nah. I'm
points.
sorry.
Like clutch. I'm saying no, no, no.
Sorry.
I'm saying no. Okay, they'll have the same arm strength. I think they'll be equal in accuracy, but Brady will beat him in a lot of things. But then when you get down to that last column, that clutch column,
Mm.
like he'll double Brady in the clutch
No,
Yeah.
column.
no. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with y'all. I think Eli Manning. I'm not saying to be funny, but you know what? I like a guy who's not scared to go up in the trenches. I like a guy who's not scared to overcome the odds. I like a guy who does not part of cheating when you come to look at it. I like a guy that no matter what plays you put around him, he performed. Let's keep this real. Eli Manning has 6 different receivers he won a Super Bowl with.
Yeah.
The first year was 6 rookies on offense. Tom Brady. What you got? Darrell Reeves the best corner in the NFL. Burkowski the best tight end in football. You got the best coach in Bill Belichick. The easiest division. Eli Manning's season.
All I'm saying.
Playoff starts at week 17. Oh, excuse me. Week 16 is where Eli Manning playoffs start. Not the bye. Not after like the conference. Week 16 is where Eli Manning playoffs start. Let's keep that real. Brady has not had a hard fought. And I'm a Cowboys fan, but I got to keep this real. It's far better than Brady's. And I had to pick these two because guess what? Who has Brady being? The Carolina Panthers quarterback? What is that? Donovan McNabb? Oh my God!
All I'm gonna say. But by the way, like that Carolina quarterback was Jake Del. Whatever, right? But look, I get to, I've been saying this for years. Brady is a system quarterback. Brady is a plug and chug quarterback. Where they inserted.
I won't take it anymore.
No. You gonna get this work.
Oh my God!
Because Bill Belichick dropped him. He dropped him into the system, and then they just started winning games and winning Super Bowls and all that. You know how I realized how he was a system quarterback
when Matt Castle came in and won.
Tom Brady went down, and Matt Castle of all people.
I finished your sentence.
And won 11 games.
I finished your sentence.
11 games.
Listen.
Matt Castle?
No.
Matt Castle hasn't won 11 games since.
Hold up.
He was in 11 games since combined.
Let's keep this real. Kansas City game, week 1, Brady goes down. Matt Castle comes in the game. Oh, the season's over. They went 11-5.
The only reason why they missed the playoffs was a technicality.
Listen,
guys. Look, everything you are saying, I have said since I was 18 years old. I've listed it out. I've brought up it with system. You know what though? At 8 years of success, you could say system. At 15, give the man some damn credit. Like,
but it's the same system. It's been the same system.
This is the last word. The last word for this quarter.
15.
Haircut.
It's been the same system.
That ends the quarter. All right. Before you go into the fourth, I just want to say, just in case we air this on TV, you can catch the rest of the quarters on the website. Shout out to Tim. Shout out to Michael, who took some abuse this show, and Maurice. So with that said, everybody say peace out, and then we're gonna continue with the fourth quarter.
Namaste.
Peace.
All right, fourth quarter. Let's beat up on Mike some more. Let's.
All right, listen. With the fourth,
how many bucks are on these teams now? The Ralph Reeves was a buck. I can't take it no more.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yo,
you don't know who you voting for.
Tampa Bay is a farm club for the Patriots right now.
But let's go with the Super Bowl picks. We're gonna do the picks, and for the first time this year, y'all, let's have a score. Let's have a score.
Oh, I can do this easily. I already put this out there. 30-20 Seattle.
Ooh.
And I say 30-20 Seattle because, like you said, Mike, the defense will get a turnover, and one of those turnovers are coming back. So that's gonna add up for those 7 points. I think Marshawn Lynch will end up with a touchdown. Russell Wilson will throw 2 at least. I feel like they're just too hyped up right now. I feel like they can hold down. They can contain Brady and Gronk, but Gronk is still going to score. Gronk is Gronk. So they're going to score, but I feel like at the same time, at the end, Seattle's going to be too much for them. They're going to be down late, and Seattle's going to pin their ears back, and they're going to just go after Brady, and it's going to get hard. It's going to get tough for Brady, and Brady's going to do what he always does in Super Bowls, late in games, down by a touchdown. He's going to lose the game.
You know what? I don't know if you guys realize this. Even though I played football and I know a fair amount of football, I've been picking on pure emotion for the last 6 weeks of the. So, for the love of God, look. Ever since I said if racism can end, I have to believe that the Cowboys can win in December. It's felt good. So as a feel good, I need the Patriots to win. And I'm going to see a 21-17 victory for the Patriots. Because as much as we talk about Seattle's defense, like Tim keeps on bringing up, we're not really giving the Patriots defense enough credit. And every time they've won, that Patriots defense has gotten busy.
Michael,
now,
can you repeat that score one more time? What did you say?
21-17.
21-17.
Yeah, 21-17 Patriots. And just to make sure Tom gets the damn MVP, it can't be by 3. If it's 24-21, he ain't gonna get it. It's not gonna happen.
Good stop. That's
the committee's gonna be like, nah, son.
All right. Well, now here's my thing before I put my prediction out there. See, in heart, I really want Seattle to win this game because I cannot stand the Patriots. But on the flip side, it, me and Marie has spoken earlier that we want to see Tom Brady and Peyton Manning both retire. So maybe if Brady was to win this, he may retire. And also another thing, if Seattle was to win, at least I can say that my Dallas Cowboys are the only team that can beat them. So put it out there.
One more time, I missed that
Put it out
caption.
there.
One more
I
time.
didn't say anything.
Okay.
That we could, that my Dallas Cowboys are the only team that could beat them. Caught it. Damn, he caught it. So my score prediction, and I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna go back into how the Patriots operate. You embarrass them, they're gonna embarrass you. They take the vengeance on the opponent. My score is 45 to 7.
45 to 7.
45 to 7 the Patriots. New England Patriots. 45 to 7. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna get Brady gonna say he's gonna do a favor and he's gonna embarrass Seattle Seahawks defense like I think they are. I think both sides they're more talented. And 45 to 7. I think it's gonna be like last year.
45 to 7.
45 to 7.
Whoa, bro.
45 to 7. That's what I can
Bro.
That's
listen.
I feel like I can't even just say.
Can I explain something? Wait, can I explain something?
Yeah, slow clap for this
I
man.
respect your convictions. I respect you. My dude.
I'm going 45-7. When I saw the game against the Seattle Seahawks, they only was 27-6. Green Bay should have won that game. They didn't. They mismanaged. Green Bay is not like the Patriots. And I'm sorry, Bill Belichick wants this game. And I think both sides of the ball, they're going to force Wilson to mistakes, score for that. And offensively, they're going to go for it all. They're going to embarrass Seattle Seahawks. And they're going to say, basically, excuse me my language, Trish, F you to all you guys who don't believe in us. Don't fall for that 1 point spread, y'all. 45 to 7, New England.
Hey man, go to Vegas.
You know that was the exact score of the Colts game, right?
Find a bookie and lock it in because look, I'm not even doubting you. I can see that happening. Like pretty much Browner would have to not do anything on Gronk. And honestly, not even just that. I think Edelman will have to embarrass Sherman, which there's been a couple receivers, you can pull out the Des Bryant thing, that have torched Sherman. So, like, anything's possible. I just don't see that. I see a good game. I see 21-17 or, maybe they score late 28-17. But 45-7, bro.
Blow them out.
Yeah, like, 45-7. I really did.
Listen. I mean, listen. Excuse me. I know it's a daring score, but it's a very daring score, and it's not a popular score.
That's not a daring score. That's the exact same score from last week. That's the Patriots Colts score from last week.
I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you straight up. You got to look at this is not Madden football. Let's keep this real. The Patriots are better than the Seattle Seahawks, both sides. This is not the same Seattle Seahawks from last year. We all explained that. They lost players. They didn't gain no players, but they're still good enough, but they're not like last year. They don't have that same depth. The Patriots got depth all over the place. They got 3 running backs. They got a lot of receivers. And I'm going to give you another guy that we didn't even talk about, LaFell.
Yeah.
The Patriots got Brady is going hard for this game. He's not gonna sit here and these guys are listen. If the game is in the fourth quarter and let's say they're by 3 touchdowns, they're not going for field goals, dog. They're gonna go all the way. They want to embarrass Seattle. You know why?
They're not getting up by 3 touchdowns on Seattle. I mean, they want to get up by 3 touchdowns on Seattle if Seattle spotted them 2 touchdowns.
Listen. Let me tell you something. Wait, hold on. Let me tell you something.
I have something.
If people are telling me I'm on crack, guess what? Crack is a beautiful drug because guess what? 45-7. It's gonna be
Okay.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Here's
beautiful
how
drug.
we're gonna leave it because Tim is getting a lot of hate on this wall, and
Yeah.
a lot of hate in this show right now. So can we put a bet on this? Can we put an avatar?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Just to
Okay.
maybe just for because I feel like Tim can vindicate himself through a bet right now. So can we put something together real quick?
Why don't you guys make the bet? Why don't you? I
know
made the
what?
bets last time. Why don't you make the bets this time?
You know what?
Okay, now I'm gonna keep this one real simple because I'm gonna fly up for the next 2-minute warning get together.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold you down for being part of your convictions, brother. But you owe me a beer if they don't win by at least 4 touchdowns.
How about 2 beers? How about 2 beers?
That is the best.
I want 2 beers, but they gotta win by. If they win by 15, then hey, you owe me beer.
All right, that's cool.
It's gotta.
You know what?
I got a good one. For the next 2-minute warning hangout, I'll give you guys both 2 beers apiece. Apiece. All I want in return, and this is not that bad. All I want in return is for you guys to the whole night wear a Dallas Cowboy either T-shirt or hat. That's for the whole night.
You know what? You know what? I would take that bet because 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl game against one of the top defenses ever. That's a sucker bet to me. I'm like, yeah, you gotta take that bet.
45.
You gotta take that bet.
I like beer a lot.
45-7. You gotta take that bet.
I mean, my thing is, are you guys gonna cut me some slack? Let's say it's 38-7.
No.
45.
It gotta be 4 touchdowns. It gotta be 4 touchdowns. It gotta be 4 touchdowns.
They win. Look, if they win by 4 touchdowns, I will turn on my HCC one and record myself buying the hat at Lids. I will find a Dallas hat and buy it as soon as the game ends.
Hey, Mike, you just said before that you kind of agree with the score. I want to see.
I said it could happen.
I want to know
why.
Why
it's winning.
Can I add something to that? Not only will you buy the beers, or will you buy the hat and the T-shirt, but you also, after maybe every other sentence, remind us that Dez caught that ball. I just need for the both of you to be in agreement.
I will agree
to
these terms.
Thank you.
I will agree to this term. I will happily agree to that because 4 touchdowns is absurd. 4 touchdowns is absurd. I will agree to that.
But Mo, don't laugh. Because
you know about that?
Way back in the day, and he said the same thing that'll make you laugh will make you cry.
No, but 4 touchdowns, I'm taking that.
Let's wrap up the show.
I am convinced they're going off of blood.
Yo, Tim, I'm in your corner. Maurice, Mike, let's just hope because last Super Bowl was quite a blowout, and if it happens again,
who predicted it?
You did, but let's remember the stakes. 2 beers after every other sentence. Des caught that ball. If Tim is right. So with that,
and I want on video.
Yes, on video.
That's okay. I'm with that.
With that,
no, if Tim is right, we gotta get Cowboy paraphernalia and interject that Des caught that ball.
Yes.
If Tim is wrong, he owes me and Mo 2 beers at the next minute warning gathering.
Yes.
And I'm tempted to. You need to make up. I don't know, man. Just don't talk about that. Don't talk about my Bucks that keep on winning without me.
Yeah, I am telling you that like Tampa Bay is like a farm club for for New England. Like they just like they cultivate the talent. And then they go right to the Patriots. Like, what is that? The league needs to investigate that.
They don't want. They just said Logan Mankins, a captain. Yeah, go to Tampa.
Yeah, the league needs to investigate that. Like they investigate the balls. They need to investigate that stuff because the Bucks are just giving away all of the good goodies to the Patriots. I mean, like, hey, there's something going on over there. I'm calling shenanigans because I like the Patriots and I don't like the Bucks. So this is double lose for me. So
before we move on, I just have one question, which was the topic of discussion on many of the other shows on TV. I don't know if we talked about Peyton last week, but just a quick sentence: coming back next year or not?
Honestly, I don't know. It's not a given. He's owed $19 million. He got a new coach. John Fox didn't want to come back because he didn't want him back. Like that's what it is. He didn't want him back. So it's not a foregone conclusion that Peyton Manning comes back. I would say that.
Gotcha.
I honestly think Peyton. I think Peyton does come back. I think we can't use body language now because the man had bruising in the back of his leg. Granted, you gotta come at me in the draft. If Peyton changes his mood in the draft, then I'll know. But if he's like even after he's healed up, he's kind of saying, it was a great run. Yeah, well, start warming up the fat lady. She's about to sing.
Okay, and Tim, just you missed the question, but we're ending this on the question: do you think Peyton comes back next year or not?
No, he shouldn't. And the Denver Broncos should be smarter because they drafted Osweiler, who is going to be a good quarterback, and you're wasting your time with Peyton Manning. And on top of that, you got a lot of free agents that you should think about. You got Demaryius Thomas, you got Julius Thomas, you got a good crop of players. They need to get younger at the position. If we saw anything, he doesn't like the cold weather. He's not nicked up. He's not the same Peyton Manning. It's over. It's just over.
They can't sign everybody if they give him that $19 million.
Exactly. That's what he wants, and it's selfish of him. If he's gonna come back, you should think of a pay cut because he's not the same quarterback as the old Peyton Manning. So he shouldn't come back.
One quick question: any chances he ends up on another team? Like I've been hearing something like Buffalo.
No.
No. That's even worse than Denver.
Yeah, you have to understand, he ain't Darrelle Revis. Like, they're not going to sign him for 1 year, $24 million deals.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
So
he's not going to get that big of a deal.
3 or 4 years.
Go
no
home.
one ain't going to be able to cash it.
Peyton Manning, go home and sell pizzas, all right? Go home and sell pizza. Go sell nationwide insurance and Sony TVs with Justin Timberlake. Do something else. Like, football is done for you, dog. Like,
what he should do is go back and be like Manning.
And with that said, that's the end of the show. We have to end it right there.
Slander.
45-7.
Thank you, Mike.
I
like Guinness.
The most expensive high-gravity beer I can find.
I like Guinness. I like Guinness. I like Corona.
One more thing before we leave.
I'm going to find a Belgian quadruple ale.
I want to let everybody know that we are launching the forum version of 2MW. For those of you not on Facebook, we'll have a site launching tomorrow at 2MWsports.com. And we also, Fury will have a draft guide coming out soon that we're working on. So everyone, look out for that. So everybody, peace out. Thanks for joining.
See y'all after the Super Bowl.
45-7.
45-7.
I like Guinness.